You all wanted to see my Anthurium collection? Well, now is the time. Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm a UK houseplant creator with over 200, exactly 201 houseplants in my one-bedroom flat in London. And roughly I have around, I think, 30 Anthuriums in my collection, what I know of. And I'm going to show you every single Anthurium I own today. Grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea, or even a beer, and enjoy! So my first Anthurium I have bought during COVID-19 lockdown. I did import it from Indonesia, I think. And I was immediately hooked. I really loved all the variety of Anthuriums, but the most thing I love about is you can create your own hybrid, which hopefully I managed to do this year, but I will show you that later. I have some really cool and different Anthuriums in my collection. Some of them look awful, let me warn you beforehand, because I have dealt with the worst strip outbreak last year for over 6 months, and I tried everything from predatory mites to wash them off every week. Anything I have tried and nothing has really worked. A couple of them I just chopped all the way back. Could not do it anymore, so I will show you those one as well, and hopefully I find a picture of how they're supposed to look like, because that's basically a stump at some of them right now, but some of them are thriving. Yeah, let's get right into it. This was my very first Anthurium. Yes, it only has one leaf. As I mentioned before, due to thrips, I cut the one off, and it took quite a while to recover when I moved houses in winter time. You might be able to see that there is right here some offshoots growing, but this has a really nice velvety, I don't think it's an Ace of Spades green or Indonesia. I do think there's like a magnificent in there. I'm not 100% sure. That's the thing with Anthuriums, you can never be 100% sure what's in there. So I have this one, which is Mama, and what I'm going to gift one of my friends is little baby Anthurium, which is exactly the same offshoot from there, which is super cute. The size of the leaf is actually quite decent. I actually have to double check again because I think I saw another thrip. Kind of like dark green, and that's the sunny bit. Dark green. It's absolutely beautiful. The stem is starting to get a little bit burgundy red. Okay, Ace of Spades green. Anthurium number 1 and 2. Next up, I have a tiny little seedling, which is from Terra Botanica, and that's the Anthurium Blood of Hera, which is super tiny. You can't really know yet how it's going to look like when it's growing up, but this is tiny. It recently got a pot resize. You already can see though that some of the stem here starts to be really dark purple. It's really nice. One of my favorite thing of Anthurium growing is I love to grow them from seeds. During lockdown, everyone just offered them as seeds, so you never know how the plant turns out, which for me is super fun, rather than buying a whole plant. There we have from Cartel Down, as I think that was a mystery box, which was this is the Anthurium Goliath. Here compared to the other Anthurium, this leaf is way longer and has 2 little ears. How super dark it is, and it's super velvety. This is from Cartel Down, Anthurium Goliath. Another fun one. This is the next. So this is a Kala X Dr. Block. It is super dark. You can see some of the glittery veins. The veins are super glittery. Beautiful. It's starting to size up, I think, very, very soon. Probably one more leaf, and then I'm going to pot it up in this size, big pot. Super velvety. You guys can already see I like velvet Anthuriums, which sadly are a thrip magnet. Luckily not spider mites yet. I did not have spider mites in this apartment yet. Touch, knock on wood. But I do expect to have pests this year again, because my humidity in my flat on those windows, which I call it the hellfire, there are no blinds and I cannot open the windows either. It's like 20 to 30% humidity and the temperatures go up. It's already over 30 degrees in here and it's not even summer. Then we have the traditional Anthurium Michelle by Dr. Block, which I have one from Terra Botanical. I really need to visit them. They're like 10 minutes away from me, like their nursery. Not open to the public yet. I'm just waiting, and then hopefully I can take you all with me. So it's just getting a new leaf, as you can see. It's super, super pretty. It is very, very dark purple-ish. And then those are the older leaves with super, super glittery. This is currently growing in a very unusual substrate. This is the Terrapon from Lechuza, which is an outdoor pon, which is very gritty, but it is really happy in there. This one start to mature a little bit, growing, and then the new leaf will grow from here instead of from there. Probably one of my most dramatic Anthuriums I have is this one. Besae AFF. I got this from a friend because I thought I can take care of it better. It's been 2 years and it's starting to bounce back, because as you can see, look at those older leaves. But it's beautiful. It has like this light green veins with the dark green, and I absolutely love the leaves. You finally recovered. You can see as well, I hope you can, it has like a blue oil slick a little bit. Pretty. The next Anthurium was my second Anthurium I bought back in 2021. Back in 2021. Please have in mind that I had this massive thrip outbreak, and I mostly have velvet Anthuriums and I love them. But it's bouncing back. This one, which looks very sad, I did cut this leaf off. It has longish leaves. It is a hybrid of an Anthurium varieties. Oh my god, I'm going to butcher those. And a crystallinum. It's giving me a flower. It was in my IKEA cabinet and I pulled it out because it was getting too big, hence the shock from the humidity, as then causes a little bit of crispy leaves in the hellfire window. They're pretty to look at. They're not pretty to be behind that, because sometimes I feel like I live in a greenhouse. I mean, with all the plants around, of course, but I need to have a little bit more humidity. This one is one of my OG ones. It is happily bouncing back, and there is a new leaf coming, which I'm super excited. And then, of course, I'm trying to collect some pollen and then freeze the pollen and hopefully make some beautiful hybrids. You have seen this from one of my last video. This is the Anthurium Queen of Hearts, which had root rot. It's still hanging in there. It's really, really stunning, and it's going to be so dark and beautiful. It's not velvety for once. I cannot wait for her just to bounce back. but I keep you updated. She's still alive. One of my recent additions, which I got as a swap from my friend Gemma, is this beautiful Papillanum, which look how dark this leaf is. It is super velvety and it has a dark backside too. I really love it. There is a second leaf growing. I don't know if you can see that right here. This is what it looks like at the moment. This is the Guana Yala puppy, which is going to be kind of like a long form, and I cannot wait for it to grow up. I mean, look at the darkness. Plants I like, it's going to be either variegated or super dark. Next up we have, in my little disco ball, we have the Anthurium Super Silver. This one is growing in soil. Growing soil nicely with some pond, fine pond at the bottom and like a water reservoir. This one is beautiful. It's so shimmery. One of the elder Anthuriums I have. Can you see those? I cannot wait to see this one getting bigger and sizing up. I didn't put a lot of effort for this specifically to size up yet, so I didn't add the cup. So the aerial roots will start to grow back into the soil. We have this beauty, which is the Anthurium King of Spades, which gets a new leaf right here. It emerges burgundy, I would say, burgundy color, and then turns into green over time. One of the newer Anthuriums in my collection. I got it together with the puppy. So you can see all the veins from the leaf, but not so much glitter. And it has those two little ears. I shouldn't even show you that, guys. This is my Anthurium crystallinum mint. Don't worry, it's just a stub, but it still has green in there. It is growing. And I always put my hands on it, so I probably would have grown already if I would leave it alone. Next up, I have a plant which I'm super proud of. It's actually two plants. So first up, we have this beauty. I mean, oof, that's sexy. That's a Regarden pup, X long bullet, and I have grown this from seed. And look, I still remember the day I bought this from America. Shipped it to me with no issues, and I had two seeds and both of them are alive, but the brother is looking completely different. So here we have two inflorescence, two flowers, which I'm trying to collect some pollen. I don't think flower is big enough for it to be pollinated yet, but we have this very beautiful velvet. The backside is super dark as well. This is start to size up. And the Prada plant is this. It is not as dark and has a completely different leaf shape compared to this one, as you can see. It has a couple more leaves. It's going to be super long, and I recently repotted it and gave it a cup with some moss so it will grow stronger. And yeah, I damaged the new leaf during the repot, but it's still pretty. It has like those little ears. It is still velvety. It is still dark, but not as dark as this one. And round. This one is still long, but it has a little bit more of a belly. One more plant to show you outside of the cabinet, and then I have a couple ones which I kept inside of the cabinet. This one here, it is super dark as well. It's not velvety, of course, and it has the texture of the Luxurian. I actually think it's ready to pollinate. Can you see that? Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Back. My camera overheated. But yeah, I just saw that this one here is ready to be pollinated, and you can see it that you have those little water droplets onto the inflorescence. Put that back again. And what we're going to do is, I have some pollen in there, Fina from Anthurium Wunderlist, which is a variegated crystallinum. I don't know if that's going to work. I have a makeup brush. We're going to just lightly tap in and pick up some pollen. We have some pollen on there. And now we are just going to dab it all over. I'm still kind of in the process of figuring out how to pollinate in my Anthurium journey. And it's going to take months until we know if it worked. What I'm going to do with this one, I will repeat this step for the next 3 days and we will hope for the best. This is my Anthurium forgetii luxurians, which I have bought from the Eden Lab 3 years ago. As you see, it's one of my bigger Anthuriums. This one is really special because every leaf comes out different. For example, the newest leaf, you can see that those two ears are connected on there, but it's on the previous leaf, they are not. They have the 2 ears. So that always changes with every leaf, which is super cool as well. They are starting to get a lot darker now, which is super pretty. And that's a big boy, obviously. I have 3 more Anthuriums to go, I think, which is this one, which we repotted in one of my videos on before. I'm not sure what it is. This is an Anthurium magnificent hybrid of some sorts. You can see it's a really pretty leaf. It is velvety as well. It has a red or like a purple stem and veins. I was like, what is this? I'm still petrified from all the strips I had last year. So every time I see something, I'm like, if you know what it could be, please let me know down in the comments. I really love this one. When the new leaf emerges, it's like orange glitter, and then it turns slowly, transfers into green. Next one, we have one from Cartel Down again, and it's the HU Luxurian, which I think I got in a mystery box from them, which looks like this. You can see the last few years I really like Luxurian hybrids. This is really nice and round leaf with the Luxurian texture. And then we have one new emerging leaf, which is here, which is super dark. And then it transfers into, I would say it's like a medium dark green. It's not the darkest. This is a very easygoing plant for me. It did not give me any pests the last year. It is growing beautifully in semi-hydro. Those roots are beautiful. And it's growing a flower too, up here. The last one, of course, you've seen her a few times. It is my beautiful red crystallinum X luxurians, which has the darkest oil slick leaf color you imagine. It is so stunning. Can you see how dark it is? I even put it in the... Oof. It is stunning and pretty and doesn't give me any fuss too. I have bought this from the tiniest little seedling, and it's grown so much, and I got it from a private seller on Instagram, and I have pollinated this one. It smells so floral at the moment. I really hope I pollinated as well with the same pollen. We have just pollinated this one, which is the variegated puppy crystallinum, which I'm going to put a picture up there. So this one is the newest leaf. Of course, it's a little bit smaller than the old one because the flower was growing. I soon need to pot her up, but this is my absolute, they're all my pride and joy. Like, but this one, oh, is so beautiful and so easygoing. It did not have thrips during thrip outbreak. I think I've seen one little tiny baby thrip and I just wiped it off, and that was it. That was all the drama I had, and I like drama-free plants. It has really red stems, really dark. You can see the back here is sexy too. You have the red stems with some green back leaf. Very, very pretty. But this one is getting big. It has to go out of the IKEA greenhouse cabinet. I'm very worried about it because obviously it's going to shock the plant from the humidity change from 70, 80 constant humidity to go down to potentially 30% humidity. It has, the ears are not attached as well. Even in the sun, it's really, really, really dark. Actually, I do have one more. Why not? It's not looking great because I had to put my fingers on the new unfurling leaf and I obviously ripped it off. Rookie mistake. We're all doing those sometimes when we don't think. This one is an Anthurium on a moss pole. Yes, it's still alive. This is a first generation Sarah X Michelle, which I have imported from Tesula directly. And let me tell you, it was expensive. You can see all in the moss, the roots grown. Like Anthuriums like to grow and to climb. If you have the space to put them on a moss pole or on a moss wall, they would really appreciate it. I have paid £900 for this. It is fully green. Normally, this is one of those plants which I so far managed to only get one leaf and then the old leaf dies off. My conditions it grows in at home are not perfect for it. It is bouncing back. It's alive. It will bounce back. Silly me, had to try to unfurl, or was like looking into the unfurling leaf to see if I find some thrips because they love to hide in there. And then I accidentally ripped the leaf off, so that's why we have no leaf on this currently, but it is growing. It is green, as you can see. This one is going to be absolutely stunning though when the new leaf comes. I'm not saying if, when the new leaf comes. I'm very excited. It's one of, I always say that, one of my favorites. They're all my favorites. They're all my babies. I forgot to show you 2 Anthuriums. Actually 3. 2 Anthuriums. No, 3. I forgot to show you 3 Anthuriums because it's my hanging Strappy Anthuriums. They slipped my mind. Here they are. Here we have my Strappy Anthurium. I'm going to butcher that. Wendlinger eye, which as well has a very beautiful flower growing. This one has super nice thick strappy leaves. They're not velvety, they're more waxy. I actually chopped this one last year and now it's growing from 2 sides. This is the newest leaf, which is going to be sizing up more than that. And then we have another growth point up here. How could I forget those? They're beautiful. Next, we have my Anthurium Florum. It's a Strappy Anthurium as well. It has one leaf so far because I think this bad boy was the cruel pit of the strip infestation. The leaf is a lot more thinner and a little bit more velvety. That was my cruel pit of last year's infestation, but it's absolutely beautiful. We're having this bad boy, which I got at the RHS Malvern show last year in spring. It as well, look, all of them, they are growing flowers at the moment. I got this from Grow Tropicals and it has so many offshoots, which I need to repot. It has some sport variegation. It's not the variegated version, or wasn't sold to me as such. But what it just made me realize is I start having my strips in end of May, and I bought this at the beginning of May from a plant show. So, and it was next to my Florum, which actually this might have been brought in all of the strips from last year. It's a possibility. I'm obviously not sure about that. But it has really thick leaves and here's still a bit of variegation. Quite hardy. I found another one. Yeah, only 2 or 3 more. So this one is a very dusty Anthurium. I always forget a name for it. So the leaves look like this. Yeah, like I have more, they're just popping up and I just don't know because I have so many. I got this from BBC Gardener's World live in Birmingham. Chilling on top of my cabinet, hence it's a bit dusty. Here are the leaves. They are not hanging, they're still strappy. It's really cool, look at that. Okay, they keep popping up and I keep remembering I have more Anthuriums. Those are the last 2, I promise. You can see some green here. This is the original puppy. It is very difficult to grow, hence that's how it looks like, and it doesn't like the fly. It's too bright and it's too dry for it. So here's a little growth point. Yes, it's growing back. I've had it a few times before. This is the last plant, I promise. So we have this one, which is an Anthurium, which has as well little strappy leaves and the tiniest little flower. Like, how cute is that? It is growing. I promise. This was everything. But yeah, that was it. That was my full Anthurium collection. I don't think I forgot any Anthurium. Tell me, which one is your favorite one you've seen in this video? Let's see which collection I should show next. Let me know down in the comments. Bye!